Hi everyone. Yes, it's Knitting in Our Jeans with Carolyn flying solo because Elizabeth and Ben have company this weekend and it's Ben's birthday. Happy birthday, Ben. Um, I'm going to remember to say I'm CPREDMOR on Ravelry and Knitting in Our Jeans on Instagram. And I most recently posted pictures on Instagram of the quilt I finished. And yes, I know I've been talking about it for ages, but it's done and it's at church and they seem to love it. So hopefully raffle tickets will get sold. Look behind me. Can you believe the shelves are empty? Well, pretty much empty. Empty of yarn except for what is in plastic bags. I have filled 8 more gigantic suitcase size plastic bags with yarn so that we don't have wood dust in it once the windows are done. And I have no idea when they're being done sometime this fall. Exactly when, I don't know. And I'm getting my knee replaced tomorrow. So I wanted to get this done while I still had 2 relatively flexible knees. And I got it done. So that's good. We got a call that my dresser is going to be delivered. It was going to be delivered this coming week. It's going to be delivered next week. But that means I had to take the drawers out of my dresser, so they're stacked over here. It does. You'd think it would look better with all the yarn and things picked up off the floor. No, I have dresser drawers over here. Let's see, can I just... yeah, dresser drawers. So, yeah, they'll be there until a week from Tuesday, I believe. And then they'll deliver the new dresser. Rich will have them help him take the carcass down to the first floor. Then I can unpack the drawers and then we can call the town for special pickup to have them take the brown dresser. We have tried everywhere to donate this dresser. No one wants that we could find brown furniture that has scratches. It does have scratches. I don't even know how old this stuff is. We got it from my parents. And I don't know, actually this stuff we got from his parents and we don't know if they bought it new. We have more stuff down in the storeroom, which is from my parents, which is also brown furniture, which is also scratched. Anyway, so I will be able to put all that stuff back a week from Tuesday. Well, starting to, slowly. Yeah. So that's exciting. And now that I've been able to knit, I have done quite a bit on my tunic. I decided not to change the pattern a great deal. I had the choice of not doing a longer back and I decided to go with that. You can see that when you finish the normal end of the pattern, you actually keep doing the pattern up to your separation, actually the separation for the sleeves. So I figured I wanted this to be about 16 inches and we are at about 12. So 4 more inches to go and then I can separate for the sleeves. I have plenty of this linen. I could make linen bags. I could certainly make another linen summer shirt. So that's something to think about. We'll see how many balls of this yarn I have left when we're done. But it's coming along. I do wear a band-aid on my left hand pointer finger because these are size 2 metal needles. And without that, I would be piercing my finger quite often. But that worked out really well. I'm going to have to wash this by itself several times because I have dye coming off on the Band-Aid just from running the yarn over it kind of over and over again. But really, I'm really looking forward to wearing this. Will I finish it by the end of the summer? Probably. it's not gonna be a lot of knitting this coming week. I don't know if any of you have had your knee replaced. It's a little painful the first couple weeks, and what we found is I don't do a lot of knitting when I really don't feel top notch. Well, we have gotten so I've gotten all this work done that I needed to do. We've also gotten the equipment back. So I've got the knee refrigerator that was sent, and I've got the exercycle that talks to the hospital. Yesterday I did it up to 8 times in a day, and my knee was not happy today. The program was set up so that I would do it up to 8 times a day before surgery, and I found out that no, the knee is, that's why we're getting the knee replaced. It was not happy. So I'm down to 3 times so far today. Maybe I'll do a 4th before I go to bed. We'll see. So I've got my overnight bag packed. They said I'm going to be staying overnight. I've got that packed. We figured out which car we're taking. So yes, I tried out both cars today with the walker and trying to not put any weight on my right leg. And we figured out my car is the one that's going to be used for transport. Rich is set up to meet Elizabeth after they say you're done. You know, she's got to go and get ready for surgery. Because she's working at New York Presbyterian Hospital, which is right across the street from HSS. So he's going to be meeting her. She has an intern who's been concerned about, well, what are we going to have him do? And I think it's because the intern thinks that he's finally going to be able to supervise somebody, which I think is really cute. Anyway, apparently what they do for inspections is they have someone walk around with a GoPro on their head or their shoulder or something, and they're thinking of sending Richard around the project with the GoPro so he can take pictures of everything, which I think is excellent. I'm not taking knitting with me into the hospital. All I need to do is drop some of these linen stitches. I've dropped one once, and it was a bear to pick up because it has no grip. You know, unlike wool, my linen has no grip. So I don't want to risk losing something like that. You know, losing stitches in the hospital. So I'm bringing my iPad. I'm bringing my cell phone. I'm going to take my earrings out after I finish talking with you all because I don't want any jewelry. And I will not be talking to you next weekend. We'll see whether I can do a podcast the weekend after. Possibly. We'll see. But I'm signed up for home physical therapy, and then I'm signed up for physical therapy over at HSS in Uniondale, so I think we're all set up. And that's about all I know. It's been, a week of trying to get ready for tomorrow and going in. Luckily, we don't have to go in too early. We are due there at noon, so we leave here about 10 o'clock and trundle on over, and we go from there. So weave in your ends. I'm nowhere close to weaving in these ends, but weave in your ends, and I'll see you hopefully in 2 weeks, maybe 3.